All right, y'all, back again today. A very special video today. I have a very special guest with me today, and we're gonna have a very intimate talk. This is a gentleman that I work with, and we recently had a discussion. We had some eye-opening dialogue, and I want him to tell me some of the things he told me on film. So, how you doing today, sir? You doing all right?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. What's your name?
Reginald Mangini.
Reginald Mangini. Okay.
Reggie.
Reggie. Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie. I'm Josh. So, where are you from, Reggie?
Oh, I'm from a country called Uganda.
Okay.
It's in East Africa. It's neighbor to Kenya.
Okay.
Kenya is where Obama originally comes from.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
okay, so
yeah.
you come from Uganda, which is in Africa, and that's next to Kenya, the same place where Obama comes from.
Obama's father was born.
Okay, so this has a very rich history. This is very culturally reminiscent, and it has a very good cultural history, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so how long have you lived? How long did you live in Uganda?
In Uganda, I was in Uganda for about 31 years.
Okay.
I never left Uganda until I was 31.
Okay.
Yeah, born and raised there.
Okay. Born and raised in Uganda. And how long have you been in America?
In America, it's now about 5 years.
Okay. You've been in America for 5 years.
Yeah.
You've lived in Uganda for 31 years.
Yes.
Okay. What made you decide to come to America?
Actually, there was a program, and Americans needed help.
Okay.
They needed help with security in Iraq.
Okay.
And when they looked within Africa, Uganda seems to be more outspoken in terms of English expression.
Okay, so now let me stop you there. Let me ask you. You said Americans needed help.
Yes.
For help in Iraq.
In Iraq.
And they went to Uganda to get help.
To get help from us.
Now, when you say help, what help did they need for Iraq?
They needed people they could trust. Okay. To keep the American facilities, the military facilities, and also help coordinate day-to-day work, like escorting Iraqi officials, maybe Iraqis or. So
you're helping them, but out here though.
Actually, from Uganda, I went straight to Iraq.
So you went straight to Iraq to help?
Yeah.
Okay. How long were you in Iraq?
I was there for 2 years. The contract was 1 year, but would renew.
Okay.
The contract. Yeah. So we had some Ugandans working at the embassy.
Okay.
For State Department.
Okay.
And then we have some Ugandans working for the Defense Department.
Okay.
So we're deployed at the entry control points to the green zone or the international zone. Okay. Yeah. So I managed entry control point 18. Okay. So how? Yeah. So you went straight to Iraq. Now, how long were you in Iraq again? 2 years. Okay, about 2 years, and you came to America. Yes. So now, living in America, now that's your history. We had to go over your history to see where you come from, where your mind comes from. Now you're living in America. Let me ask you, I'm going to ask you a few things, but first let me ask you, do you like America? Oh, no. That's not a good question. That's not a good question. That's not a good question. Yeah, okay. Because I'm from America, and I might not even say that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. See ya. My question is, what is your feelings about America? America, you see, where I come from, I would say, let me say socially, we have the social part of it. Okay. And then the social part of it being like how you interact with each other. Okay. How you hold each other accountable. Okay. And I think in that area, I would rather be in Uganda. You'd rather be in Uganda when it comes to the social aspect meaning the connectivity from one person to the next person. Yeah, we're not value for one another. So we do not value one another in the same sense that they do in Uganda. No. Okay. We look out for each other. I mean, if I saw your child outside, of the house, and the parent nobody's there, I would care to know what is going on. Right? I'll buy a new one. So anyway. Okay. So I'd care to know what is going on.
Right.
Okay. If I'm at home and somebody is walking and they're like, it's too hot, I'd care to know, do they need some water?
Okay.
On their journey? Do they need something to eat?
Okay, so it seems to me that you're saying in Uganda, it doesn't really matter if you're family or not. If you see someone struggling, you're going to try to help.
It don't matter. We're 99% black. Okay?
Okay.
We have...
now, let me stop you there. Say that again. I need you to say that again.
We're 99% black.
Okay, the gentleman, Reggie, says they are 99% black in Uganda.
In Uganda.
That means the population of people in Uganda is mostly all black people.
Black.
Okay, so
black.
Continue.
So then the rest, you have some Asians, then you have some Indians, I mean different, and then whites.
Okay, now, let me quickly ask you this. When you say there's 99% black people in Uganda, and there's a very small percentage of other people, what do the other people do? Are the Asian kids and the Indian kids and the white kids, are they all in the same classroom as the black people? Are they in the same position? Do they have the same kind of house? Do they have the same economics as the black children there?
Actually, we again have I would say two categories. Okay. When it comes to the way we relate, we have an Indian who is what you'd call a senator. Okay. Okay. And then we have a white who is a mayor. Okay. He's Irish. Okay. He came to Uganda about 25 years ago. Okay. He's Irish. He's a mayor.
So wait, you said an Indian is the senator? Yeah. And an Irish man is the mayor.
He's a mayor.
In Uganda.
In Uganda.
So you're
of the 1%.
So okay. Yeah. So now what you're saying to me now is that in a country that is 99% black, the senator and the mayor are not black. Yeah, no. Okay, so people, I'm not here to come into any conclusion, but you need to write that down in your notebooks. That is very strange that out of all the people that they could have chose, out of the 99% black people that live in Uganda, they found an Indian person or an Indian person, and they found a white person to make the laws and to govern the population. Yes. Okay, so
yeah, it's merit. They came, they presented themselves. We did not look at them in terms of, oh, this is a black country, so and we're 99 black, so you are white, you don't belong here. Okay. No. Okay, so we valued them the same way.
Okay, now that's important to note too, because we talked about this off camera about how in Africa, although it's 99% black, they do not look at race in the same way we do. So now this is the next thing we need to talk about, Reggie. I want to talk to you about racism in America and around the world. Now first, let me tell you this. You told me that in Uganda, you do not think of racism every day. You do not think of this concept. When you see a person in Uganda, you see a human being. Yeah. You do not see him as white. You do not see him as Asian. No. You do not see the difference between white, black. Okay. No. Now, let me ask you this. Since you've been in America for 5 years, do you think it's the same way in America? Do you see everybody being treated the same way? And do you see anything like that in America?
Let me be honest here.
Okay.
I'm studying at the University of Houston, Clear Lake.
You're studying at University of Houston?
Yes, I'm doing criminology. Okay. I came here because I have more chances of access to resources to study. Okay. One of the reasons I'm going back home. Okay. Is because the system here does not value me equally.
Okay, now.
It doesn't.
Okay, let me ask you, because you said that's very important. Yeah. This is a very good conversation. Now, you said you're going back home. That's the first thing you said. So this isn't a permanent stay in America.
I'm free at home.
You're free at home.
Here, I mean, I don't know how many times I've been stalked by the...
Okay, so we had a quick disruption, but Reggie was saying he's free here. I mean, he's free at home, And in America, he's been stopped countless times by the police. Continue, sir.
Yeah, I mean, before I didn't know, because I was like, you know, I thought it was just something acceptable, but then I started thinking about it and I was like, how come I'm being stopped by these people, but at home they come and we value them so much, you know?
Okay, so you value the police at home.
First of all, in my country, it's never heard of that the police shot an armed person, right?
Okay.
No.
So in Africa, the idea of a man with no gun, an unarmed man being shot down,
no,
that is unheard of.
That, he had something, it looked like a weapon. Anybody can do the research. In Uganda, and I've also lived in Kenya, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to... We have so many whites that live there. They even own land, they own businesses.
Right.
Okay. We have Dr. Ian Clark, who's an Irish, just an example.
Right.
He has an international hospital, he has land there, and then he has real estate there.
Okay.
You know? And even a title of land, you know. So they are human beings to us. We don't have that concept.
Okay, so like now we have to touch back on the differences between Africa and America when it comes to racism again, because I want to touch on that. That's a very touchy thing.
Yeah.
At home, I want you guys to listen to this, because in America, every day, a person who looks like me, a person with this color skin, every day in America, we have to think about racism. Every day we think about racism, not because we want to, but because someone else makes us think of it. Because someone's killing us in the street, because someone's stopping us for no reason, because someone's not letting us get a job because of the way we look. Because all of this is how we're made to believe. So when you tell someone like me that in Africa, you don't even think of racism, you don't even know this word, you guys don't even, I can't imagine that.
I mean, I've heard whites come over, they have slept at our place, you know, and we share the same things. We don't look at them like they are different or anything.
Okay.
The only thing we look at them like if anybody is a visitor,
okay,
they are a blessing. Whenever they step in a country or in a home, it doesn't matter who they are a blessing.
Okay.
So whenever they leave and they are not happy, it's a curse to us.
Oh, wow.
So we can't have that concept of racism.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Now, people, that is beautiful. That's golden. Listen to this. The man said in his country, when a foreigner comes to his country, they look at that as a blessing. They view that as a blessing. And if someone leaves and they're unhappy, or if they're forced to leave,
it's a curse.
That is a curse.
It's a curse.
And so in America, the way it is, well, in our Constitution it says, and the Statue of Liberty says that we're supposed to welcome everybody. But the way that it's been made, and people like Donald Trump have told us, let's get rid of all the foreigners, let's get rid of the Mexicans, let's get rid of the Muslims, let's get rid of everyone else. And so you're telling me that actually that idea,
it's a global village. I mean,
that idea of kicking someone out of your country, that's a curse, is what you're saying.
It's a curse to us.
Okay.
Which once a soul,
okay,
a human being, steps in our country, and they are visiting, we give them chicken. Okay. They eat chicken. Mm-hmm. You know, and we eat something else that is less. Because once they live and they are happy, we have blessings.
Wow.
That is what has been put in us. So with that, we don't, up to now I don't understand racism. I just don't, it hasn't got a, why a human being would look at another human being and they see a class.
Okay,
you know,
okay. Now, so now we're getting into the good part of the conversation. There's two parts I wanted to express. The first part, you said Reggie does not understand racism. Myself, it took me many years to understand racism, and that's only because I dealt with it every day. Right now, I feel like I understand it, but it takes a while to explain it. I want to say that now we have to first also talk about what he said. He said the type of things like When someone comes over, that's a blessing. If someone leaves, that's a curse. These things were implanted in him. So Reggie was taught certain things about his culture and about curses and blessings. So this brings me into spirituality and religion now. When we talk about religion, you lived in Uganda. What is the primary current religion in Uganda?
The current religion, in terms of
the main current religion
is basically Christianity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the main current religion in Uganda, a 99% black place, is Christianity.
Yeah,
let me ask you
about 87% Christian.
Okay, it's predominantly Christian. Now, when you say Christianity, has Christianity always been the predominant religion in Uganda?
No.
No. Okay. So, do you know when roughly when Christianity was introduced to Africa?
What we were told was in about the 18th century.
Okay.
We had the Europeans.
Okay.
Some of them, like Sir Samuel Baker, the Church Missionary Society, this Royal Geographical Society. They came over.
Okay.
About the 1840s, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. But before that, we had our own religions and practices.
Okay. So now you said that around the 18th century is when a group of Europeans came over and introduced this idea of Christianity to the blacks in Africa.
Yes.
Before these Europeans introduced this, you had your own set of customs, traditions, and beliefs amongst your people.
Yes.
Now, this is something important. So now, when we go back to the root of the belief of the people in Uganda, Kenya, and Africa, what was the belief? What was the tradition as far as spirituality, as far as a higher being? Or what did we believe before Christianity?
Actually, we believed that there was a supreme God who was over the other gods that watched over other things.
Okay, so let's dive into that. So there was one supreme God.
Yes.
There's one supreme God, and he governed other gods
who watched over
particular things. So for instance, you had a god of the lake.
Yes.
Okay.
And we honored and preserved the lake.
Okay.
Because we didn't want to make him angry.
Okay. Okay, now that's deep, people. Now listen to that. They have a god for their lake, and they preserve and they take care of and they cherish the lake because they did not want to make the god of the lake angry with them.
Yes.
Okay? So these are the type of things that we believed before the idea of Christianity.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So now this was strong. This was for hundreds of years, and this was in us before we were introduced to the idea of Christianity.
Yes.
Now when we talk about Christianity, the main figure obviously in Christianity is who?
Is God.
Is God. Okay. Yes. Well, who would you say is the main figure in Christianity?
God.
The main person. If they had to, if the Christianity. Okay. Let me say this. Would you agree that Jesus is one of the main characters in the idea of Christianity? Would you agree?
Actually, the name Jesus, but the color.
Right. Well, we're gonna talk about that. Yes. The name, just the idea.
The yes.
So Christianity is based on Jesus, because Jesus Christ and Christian. Okay. So now when we say Jesus Christ and Christianity, if we're in Uganda, if you and me go to Uganda tomorrow and we talk about Jesus Christ and Christianity, and we go into the majority of churches and we see a picture of Jesus Christ, what is the picture of Jesus Christ? What is he going to look like?
We have two depictions of Jesus.
You have two
depictions. Both white.
You have two depictions of Jesus, and they're both white. Please explain.
One has beards.
Okay.
A number, like a lot of beards.
A beard.
You know, long. And then another one has just a little bit of
facial hair?
Yeah, facial hair.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we have.
Okay, now why two? That's interesting. I've never heard of that. Why two depictions? Do you know why there's two? Do they look different, or is it just a facial hair difference? Do you know it's the same person? Is it the same person?
Yeah, you would say it kind of looks the same by the color.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just say by the color.
Same hair, same kind of hair?
Same kind of hair.
Why two depictions?
I I have no idea.
They don't explain it?
Yeah, it's mainly the Roman Catholic Church that has had those two.
So is it one depiction in maybe certain countries and another depiction in other countries, or it just depends where you go?
It just depends where you go.
Okay, so now, so we have, but either way, the picture of Jesus in Uganda is what color is he?
It's white. It's just the beard's kind of that really relates, but it's the same.
Okay, so now we need to talk about that real quick, Reggie. We want to talk about the idea of Jesus in Christianity in Uganda, because Uganda has 99% black faces. Yes. And I know you said that you don't necessarily see everybody the same, but we do have to understand though that there is a such thing as race. There is a such thing as nationality, such thing as heritage, culture, phenotypes. So we can see the same way we can say, hey, that man has black hair. That man has blonde hair. Yes. This man has green eyes. This man has brown eyes. So even if it's not important what color it is, it's a thing. It's known that you have brown eyes, you have brown skin. So if the police come and said, what does Reggie look like? I have to say Reggie is about 5'10". Yeah. He has short black hair. Yeah. He has brown eyes and brown skin. I have to explain that. Yes. So when we say Jesus, the Bible, I want you to know that the Bible, the only time it mentions Jesus, it says that he's a brown man. It says his feet are brown. It says his color is brown. So if we do want to be correct, we should make him a brown man. But okay, let's just say maybe he was a Caucasian man. But why do you think that they don't show a brown man in Uganda where there's so many brown people?
Yeah. You see, my experience with Christianity, because the picture in me that was given to me by Christianity growing up, first of all, God, leave alone Christ, is some white guy seated on the throne somewhere, watching over, so that I don't do anything wrong, and if I did anything wrong, he would punish me. Until today, I still struggle with that. Is it some white guy, somewhere on the throne, watching over me and making sure that I don't go left?
Wow.
So that's what I have, besides Jesus, So I have two. I have God, who was given to me, that he's up there, he's on the throne, watching, and making sure, we are in line. And then, and in a sense, I think that also affected my perception of white people.
In what way?
I feel that the white people had the right to indoctrinate me than me indoctrinating them.
Okay. And this was, and when did you felt like this from a young age? You felt like this ever since you heard about Christianity?
No, like when I grew up, before, like, from the time I came from Uganda and what I've experienced in America, I started
thinking about it.
And I'm like, oh, why have I always felt like this?
Yeah.
I started questioning certain things.
Okay.
By the way I have seen the social, fabric of this place.
Okay, so that's very interesting. So I'm gonna try to remember everything you said. Now, I want to say this, okay? So you said that, for one, we're saying that the image of Jesus is white. We don't know why he's white, but he's white, and he's only white.
Yes.
Are there pictures in Uganda of a black Jesus? There's no black Jesus in a place with 99% black people.
Yes.
Now, Reggie is a decent human being. Reggie did not care if he was black or white. But it wasn't until Reggie came to America that Reggie decided, and he started realizing
I'm a subject to a certain color.
To a certain color. And now, you said something that's important too. This is what racism truly is. You said this white man has the ability to dictate what you believe.
Tell me what I do.
But you don't have the ability to dictate for him.
The name.
And you also said, as an adult, you still have to struggle with the idea of thinking, is he a white man? Because you're saying immediately when you close your eyes and think of Jesus, automatically the picture is white already. So you have to fight. You have to fight the idea.
Yes.
So to close your eyes and think of a black Jesus, you have to do it hard. You have to think really hard to close your eyes, because the first thing you think of when you think of Jesus is going to be white. The first thing you think of when you think of Adam and Eve is what?
It's white.
It's white.
Yes.
But see, this is what's important. This is why I wanted to talk to you, because this is the psychology of not just you, of people like me, and of people like a lot of people, and not only black people, but white people have that psychology too. So when they walk around, in their mind, ever since they were young, they've been looked at as God. Ever since they're young, they say he's lesser than me. So while we've been going around, they think, you know how we think, oh, maybe we're not as powerful as them. They think they're not as powerful as us. So now, that's why I wanted to say it's important for us to understand why we're in that position, because it's not about if Jesus is white or if Jesus is black, but when you only paint him one way, that makes the other people say, hey, well, what about me? Because there's a Asian people have Buddha, and he looks like them. Latino people have Quetzalcoatl, and they have other gods in the Mayans and the Aztecs, and it all looks like them. But now, what black man do we have that was God or that was like God? We don't have any person that looks this color.
I don't have any, and I don't even.
And even in Uganda,
I was given, because nobody has ever seen God.
Nobody's ever seen him.
For some reason, in my mind, I have a white God.
A white God, a white God on a throne.
Yes,
and it happened.
Somebody violated my mind.
Your
along
mind.
the way.
Listen to this, people. Reggie says somebody violated his mind because along the way.
Because you see, the thing is, when these guys came, they found a lot of wealth in Africa. There's a lot of wealth in Africa.
Right.
Okay. They found us very decent. Our way of life was, you have 3 goats, you want a cow, you give me the 3 goats, I give you a cow. Okay? And when we went, you killed that cow, everybody would join. It was general happiness.
Right. When you say, so what you're saying is there were rules.
Yes.
The whole citizen, everyone lived by the rules. Everyone followed the guidelines. Everyone supported each other.
You were happy.
And you were happy. And then what happened?
They came with a mirror and God, and they said, oh, look at this, it's so nice, okay? And then they also brought God. I say, you have to believe in God if you have to go to heaven, together with the mirror. So they brought certain attraction with the doctrine. So we started trading our resources for a mirror. We started, at some point, we even started trading, because we had wars in Africa. Okay, there were kingdom wars. If you go to a village, of course, like any society, they are stubborn people. Right. If you have somebody goes to another village, steals a girl or rapes a girl, okay, the other village comes, okay, and there's a fight. If there is no consensus, there's a fight. Right. They are casualties, and then they are prisoners of war. Right. What happens is they punish those prisoners in the name of punishing the village. But when the whites came, they came with the mirror and religion, and they said, no, give us those people, okay, and then we are going to give you the guns, and so that you're more powerful, and then we're going to give you the mirrors so that you can see yourself every morning how you look like. And then we are going to take these people that you have captured from the other village during that confrontation. Okay. Because there was that, you know. So they came and they introduced the idea of a white God, and they introduced the idea of a mirror and vanity, materialism and slavery. And slavery. Okay. We just take these guys, we are going to give you guns, and then you'll be powerful. So when you say the people when you say they took the people, the prisoners, those were the slaves, that the people, the slaves. Yeah. Like if a village fought your village, and then of course there's always winner and loser. And so those were the slaves. So every time, because some people say, oh well, you know, black people sold their own people into slavery. That is a lie. You see, that's the same lie we have been told. That I grew up until I was 30. It's only twice that I met an African American in Uganda.
Okay, now let's talk about this. This is my next subject because our time is running low, but I want to definitely touch on this. We talked about this off camera, but I wanted to talk about it on camera. In Uganda, there are a lot of black people, but there are little to no African Americans.
African-Americans are not
okay,
there. People
at home, listen to me. Reggie, hold on, Reggie.
Yeah.
People at home, listen to me. What Reggie is saying is there's a number of black African people in Africa, and as far as who's there, but there are no African Americans who know English. The people from Chicago and Los Angeles and New York and Miami that are black, born and raised in Houston, we are not going to Africa to help. Now, this is my main topic. We talk about missionary work. When you see missionaries and you see people helping in Africa, whether it be on the Feed the Homeless or Feed the Hungry commercials, and you see the black people in huts and flies on their face, you see white people helping. Okay, you see white people only helping, and since the beginning of time, we don't even question it because all we see is the white person there. They
seem to be the ones who care too.
They seem to be the ones who care. Now listen, this is why it's important. Black people at home, this is what I want you to hear. This is why I wanted to record this. Me and Reggie talked about this offline. We have a duty to go help our people. Reggie, tell us about how you guys think about African Americans. What do you think? We don't care. What do we?
This is what we see. The French Americans who go back to France, they love France.
Okay.
Okay. The Irish Americans who go back to Ireland, they love Ireland. The British Americans who go back to Britain, they love Britain. Why are African Americans not going back to Africa? Why don't they love their origin? These whites love their origin. They go to their origin. They trade with their origin. They relate with their origin. Why is it that it's only the African Americans that have completely forsaken their blueprint? That's where they come from.
Okay, so African Americans, it seems as though to Uganda and to the rest of Africa, you guys think that it looks like we don't care because we're not there. Simple as that. We've never been there. Okay.
If you want to know a person,
you have to be there.
You talk to them.
Okay.
But you have to meet them so that you know the other side of the story.
Okay.
So where are your stories coming from? Who is telling you this story?
True. Okay, now let me say this. On the reverse side, this is what we need to hear because there's a disconnect and nobody ever, I don't see many videos where an African-American man is talking to a man from Africa. Even though we look the same, there seems to be that disconnect. Whether we speak a different language or we're from a different place, there's a disconnect. But this is a man from Africa telling me that he and other Africans do not feel and think that we care about them. Why? Because we're not there helping. And why? Because there is only white people that are going to help. Now, we have to say a few things with that. Before I move forward, though, I want to say, in America, now this can be true or not, I want you to tell me, is this true? In America, black Americans have been told that Africans, listen, that Africans do not love us, do not care about us in America. Wait, listen. Black Americans have been told that Africans look down on us because we're lazy, we're basically niggas, and we don't have connection to them, and they just only love their country, and they come here to Africa, they get what they need to get, and they move back, and they don't care about Americans. Is that true? Do Africans care about African Americans?
Look, when we get a visitor, okay, someone from somewhere else, whether it's from within Africa, from another village, okay, they are a blessing to us.
So regardless, it's a blessing when you come.
We treat them like kings or queens.
Okay, specifically though.
We don't want them to leave and they're angry and we have a curse.
Okay, well, two things. So that means that, if a black man goes to Africa, he will be embraced, he will be loved.
He will not want to leave.
He will not want to leave, okay.
Somebody, any African American who has been to Africa and ask them, how were the people, how did the people relate to you? They would tell you one thing, I want to go back.
Okay, they'd want to go back.
There is value for souls. There's value for human beings. There's that freedom.
So you're telling me that when you think of when you're in Africa and you're talking with your African friends and family, and somebody brings up a black person from America, you don't talk bad about them. You don't say, oh.
Everything stops. We relate to them like we have known them forever. Everything stops. Oh, bring a soda. Oh, go kill a chicken. Go and, I mean, like it's like everybody just jumps up like, oh.
So it's a good thing that for us to connect.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. So let me ask you.
We get blessed.
Okay.
We get blessed.
So
I want visitors.
Right, right.
I don't.
So let me end with this, because my time is getting low, but I do want to end with this. You told me that not only do you not think that we care because we're not there, but you also said on the flip side that there's only white people that are helping. There's only white people showing up to do missionary work. You told me that they're as young as 17 years old, right? And
yes.
Okay, so tell me about the volunteer work. The volunteer work.
They live like kings.
Okay.
Because of our culture and perception,
okay,
we treat them like they live like kings. They don't want to leave.
Okay.
None of them have invested there because of the way they are treated.
Okay, and this is.
But it's also a rich continent, and it's organic, completely organic.
So you're telling me
healthy.
In today's society, because they make us think that Africa is poor, it has nothing, there's a drought, there's no minerals, there's no resources. You're telling me Uganda is a rich, organic country.
The poverty that is in Africa is I don't have a flat screen. I cannot afford a flat screen.
Right.
Okay? I cannot afford a vehicle. The luxurious item. The
luxury.
Okay?
Okay.
And then in some cases, people need to learn to know how to do nutrition.
Right.
Because we have all the foods.
Okay.
We have all the proteins, the vitamins, everything we have.
It just grows naturally.
Elephants. Yes. You can kill an elephant and for the whole village and eat. Okay?
Okay.
We have lions. The only reason lions are in Africa and all the big animals is because there is food.
There's everything there.
Food.
Listen, people, that's some knowledge. They don't tell you that. Listen, the lions, everything's out there because they're fed, they're eating. How is Africa have nothing if the lions and the big animals are eating every single day?
Tell me anywhere in the world where you find the giraffes, you find the leopards, the lions, where?
You're right. Okay, so Reggie,
that's it.
I wish I could talk all day, but my time is getting low. But I want to end it with this. So we covered a lot of topics, but we wanted to pose. The main things we wanted to say is one, black people, meaning you and me, brother. Yes. You and me, you need to unite. That's African Americans and blacks.
Yeah, you need to come home, man.
We need to come home.
You need to come home, and then you see how people get excited. You see, on the street, you introduce somebody, oh, he's American, he's African American. Everybody will like, whoa, whoa, welcome. And it's so warm.
So we need to go back home.
Can you come to my place? Hey, I'll make you a meal. Oh, and when we take you out, okay, in Africa, when I suggest that we go out, I'm going to pay for you.
Okay, see, that's not in America. It's like we don't want you at our house. We don't want to pay for you. It's not. We don't care about our neighbor too much.
Somebody invited me and I got embarrassed. I was like, oh, you invited us. You should be paying for them. They're like, oh, welcome to America.
Yeah.
You suggested the idea.
Okay, so anyway, well, I appreciate you, Reggie. We said a lot of good things. I'm gonna put this out. People have been asking for this. You did a blessing. God is going to bless you because this information needs to be heard. Yeah. We need to connect. Yeah. Now, listen, I need you guys to hear these 17 and 18-year-old white people who are going to go in missionary work. Yeah. They're being told to go over there. They're getting paid government assistance. They come home and get government-funded jobs. Yes. They're getting $50,000+ per year to volunteer.
Their student loans are wiped out.
Their student loans are wiped out at 17, 18. They have $50,000 per year for volunteer work, all to go help Africans. And mind you, in the process, the African people think that black people don't care because there's only white people there. They begin treating the white people as a savior because in their mind, everybody white is only helping them and not someone who looks like them. So this is why we need to change all of this. We need to love ourselves. We need to love each other. There's lies. We've been made to be disconnected, and it's time in 2016 and 17 to move forward. The lies have to stop. We're brothers. And we're not gonna take this any longer, brother. I appreciate you, Reggie.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, all right, God bless you, brother.
Yes.
All right.